Hey guys, Guru here. Today I'm going to show you how to install macOS Mojave on your desktop based computers. So this method is mainly recommended for desktop PC computers. As of now, I don't recommend this method to the laptop computers. In my previous video that I was showed with the hackintoshzone.com method, that is very convenient to install with a simple method. It won't take that much time and it's very easy to install. After some days, I have heard some comments that hackintoshzone.com has some viruses and there is some issue with hackintoshzone.com and it won't work with some new hardware like i9 1900K processor or some latest 8th generation processor. I heard that it won't work for a new configuration. That's why I saw some new method to install the macOS in your present desktop computers. For people don't have more knowledge on Hackintosh builds and installation guide, so for those people it should be very simple. So that's what my thought for installing the macOS, and this method is similarly like that. That is my thought for to install the macOS on desktop PCs with a very simple way, and it won't take that much time. Yeah, before starting the video, people who are watching this video still not subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe to my channel and push the bell button to get instant notification of my channel. Let's start. See, this method is mainly needs two things. One is hardware configuration and second thing is bootable USB, that is UEFI setup for your proper hardware configuration. This method I can recommend only of 6th generation processor based computers or later, especially like if you have like i5 i7 6th generation processor with a gigabyte motherboard with preferably AMD graphics card. If you don't have AMD graphics card other than like Nvidia Graphics Card, install macOS High Sierra. If you are going to install latest version of macOS that they announced in the last 2 months back, that is macOS Catalina, so you need to go with the AMD graphics card. So in this video I'm going to show with the AMD graphics card that I am going to install macOS Mojave. So last time I have installed my macOS macOS that in my old computer with that configuration is i7 6700K 16 GB RAM Nvidia GTX 960 graphics card. That configuration is not supported by macOS Mojave, so though I used to buy the AMD RX 580 graphics card, later I shifted with the RX 580, so that configuration also supported macOS Mojave without any issues. Right now I have updated my computer with the latest i9 1900K with 8 core processor with 16 GB RAM with the gigabyte motherboard, Z390 Pro Wi-Fi motherboard with AMD RX 580 graphics card. This configuration most famous configuration that is supporting right now for everything. In come to the hardware configuration, I recommend you to have 6th generation Intel core processor with a minimum 8 GB RAM with a preferably gigabyte motherboard. Those motherboards supports Hackintosh. I mean it's work very well with macOS, so that's why people used to recommend gigabyte motherboard over some other boards. Even Asus and MSI motherboard will support, but gigabyte is very easy to configure the BIOS setup for running macOS in the desktop computers. So that's why I recommend you to get gigabyte motherboard and AMD RX 580 graphics card that I'm using right now. So you can get any AMD graphics card, even that RX 480 RX 560 graphics card is fine for running macOS Mojave with very smoothly in the system. That's the configuration thing. Second thing is UEFI folder. So UEFI folder is had a very good role in installing your macOS and running very fluently without any issues like shutdown issue, graphics card issue. That is the main reason custom configured UEFI folder is very helpful. So that's why this Olarilla.com method will help with those issues. So Olarilla.com is same as Hackintosh.com. This is a vanilla Hackintosh image file already they created. Just you need to download that image file and boot it for your computer. Creating bootable USB drive was very difficult and it's very paining. I have downloaded a Olarilla Mojave image file from Olarilla.com. This is pre-configured and text files were installed for to enable the installation for some unsupported device. Even though my system is supported, but I don't know the issue that standard method didn't support in my configuration. That's why I went with the Olarilla.com method. In Olarilla.com method, you have to download the Olarilla Mojave image file from the website, and you have to download a custom EFI folder to support 6th generation processor, Skylake processor, Coffee Lake processor, KB Lake processor. That EFI folder have to download from that. So you will get all downloadable links in the description below. In my last video, I have shown with using Windows computer you can create a bootable USB drive. So in this video, I'm going to show you from Mac computer. So you have to download one application that is called Balena HR. That application used to create a bootable USB from Olarilla Images. So once you downloaded the Olarilla Mojave image file, you need to open this application and insert your USB pen drive with capacity of minimum 8 GB. So you have to create your bootable USB drive with this application. Once you're done with creating bootable USB drive, you need to get the UEFI folder as well. So once you finish the creating bootable USB drive, you need to plug to the computer. So then you have to change some BIOS setup according to the Hackintosh BIOS setup configuration. Once you insert the pen drive, that you can see the Olarilla.com Clover menu. So you have to run with the USB drive, external drive. So you have to drive and wait for few minutes to get that macOS installation window will appear. So you have to erase the SSD drive. If you are going to install with install macOS in the SSD, you have to complete SSD should be erased. After erasing SSD, you just to follow the simple method, that is like how you gonna install before. So similarly, this is also same type. So you have to wait for installation. After completing the installation of macOS Mojave with Olarilla method, we have to do some extra steps after the. Now you are running the macOS with a USB drive, so that you have to run the macOS with a internal SSD. So that's why you have to follow another 2 steps to complete the installation. First thing first, you have to install Clover bootloader. So in that you have to download Clover bootloader. But in this macOS image, in a desktop, there is a folder called files. In that you will get all the required installation files were available. That's why Olarilla was very convenient to install macOS very easily. So you need to install the Clover bootloader sub application. You need to enable for your internal SSD, not for USB. So you need to install this in internal SSD that you have installed macOS in that. So just go to the next setup and to customize. In customize, you have to select the Clover UEFI bootloader and some required files that I have selected. I have selected those files. You have to those files you have to select and install it. After completing the installation, you need to go to EFI folder that you downloaded from Olarilla.com. Copy the Clover folder, not boot Apple folder, only Clover folder you have to copy. I have made the mistake that I have replaced everything, it won't come. So only Clover folder you have to copy and open the Clover configurator and mount the EFI partition from your internal SSD and replace with the Clover folder. So after replacing the Clover folder in your internal SSD EFI folder, so you have to restart the computer. This is how you can install the macOS with Olarilla method. But there are some issues that you can face after the installation, that is shutdown issue. So in last my video I have told that shutdown issues was there, but I don't know how to fix it. Later I figured out that how to because in this method you should shut down the computer, or else that file or your internal hard disk won't be. It will be problematic for internal hard disk, so it may damage your file. That's why I have figured out that there is only one small method. So if you have any issues that you have same configuration of my, I'll give my EFI folder. So in the download link in the description. So you just download it and just replace with the present one which you already installed. So that has some UEFI, that is the shutdown issues only occurring due to optiofix.UEFI file. That file is preventing a shutdown this computer that I have downloaded and installed. So now it's done. It's working very much fine. I have updated my Clover configurator because the default Clover configurator that's available in the files folder, that is like old one that you can upgrade for. Can download the latest Clover configurator, and I updated to my i9-9900K processor SMBIOS. So I have changed to SMBIOS to i9-9900K. So now it's showing the latest iMac SMBIOS information. So yeah guys, this is how you can install macOS Mojave in your latest hardware configuration without any issues, without facing any issues, because there are a lot of issues were going on while using the macOS in the standard method. So that's why I showed with the simple method. This is the method called vanilla installation. There are so many helpful guides were available in the internet. So I thank everyone in the community, and why I am recommending this method is you can also upgrade to macOS Catalina with this installation method. So that will be like future updates also you will get it. So that's why I'm recommending this method over hackintoshzone.com. So hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please click on like button and share this video, subscribe to my channel. If you have any queries about this video and the installation guide, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace.